you tear
Why
up.
are they trying to
Don't
tear
tear
it
up.
up?
Don't tear up.
I guess what they have did just now. What the hell?
Look up.
What's it like? Like, what kind of problem? You literally just came. You haven't even said hello to me. And the next thing you're calling, I'm sorry, I'm very bully. You are a 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 bully. Mariam. That's the narrative. You are a bully. You are a bully. You are a bully. Mariam, you are. You are a bully. You are a bully. You are a bully. You are bully. You guys are bullies. What are you talking to? You are mad. What are you talking to? You are mad. Stupid. You are mad. Oh, no, you are doing too much. You are doing too much. You are doing too much. I don't understand. You are doing too much. You've been doing too much from day one. Calm the down. Pipe your energy down. Are you scared? Of what? Are you scared? So why you say I'm doing too much? You are doing too much because you need to pick a leg, Akiola.
At this point, I think production needs to come to the front and tell us exactly what they are offering these ladies for them to bring us this drama. Because I know you're telling me that this is real. Wow. Now, I've seen a couple of people on the internet talking about how Mariam acted and how Mariam scattered the pyjamas party. And here's what I would just say. You see, I've said this before during the voters hosting. Hosting is way more than, spending money, the aesthetics and food and drinks. It's way more than that. It's about the state of mind of your guest. It's about how your guest feels during that event and after the event. So for me, when the ladies talk about hosting, I'm always looking forward to how the other ladies feel about the entire event and everything afterwards. And you see, this was what I said about the voters hosting. I feel like the Dabota spent a lot of money on her hosting, but she wasn't very particular about how our guest felt. And that's exactly what I felt repeated itself in this particular episode. I think Diadem actually spent a lot of money hosting the ladies, and she had this idea of how she wanted the entire event to go, but unfortunately it didn't go that way. And I'm not going to blame Mariam for that. Again, as a good host, you need to be in control of your event. Personally, for me, I think Diadem crashed that event. I'm a big lover of Diadem. I still love Diadem. But I see in this particular episode, I feel like the bad energy that she was talking about, she created it, she festered it, she escalated it, and she allowed it to get to that point in her event. Let me explain. You know how this group of ladies run. First off, I think it was off for her not to invite Caroline for that event. Again, you know how this group of ladies are. They talk, they gist, and they say things. For the fact that Caroline had reached out to you prior to that event, I think she should have given her the grace to be at that event. If you wanted to avoid people asking you questions, where's Caroline? Where's Caroline? Then put Caroline in that event. I felt like she could have saved herself the entire stress of where's Caroline? Why didn't you invite Caroline? Is Caroline not here? By just inviting Caroline. Consider the fact that Caroline actually did reach out to her before the event. I think she should have at least won for the group. Remember, when Sophia had her event in Ghana, she wasn't in good times with Dabota and Diadem, and she invited them anyway. In fact, gave them a very beautiful, courteous invite to show how much intentionality goes into hosting. So for me, I feel like, first of all, Diadem created that situation by not inviting Caroline. It was like giving an automatic ticket for people to bring up Caroline's issue at her event. Now, the second thing why I feel like Diadem sort of like contributed to our party ended was that she allowed the whole Caroline thing to fester. I respect the fact that she didn't want to invite Caroline to her event. Again, this is what I say about owning your shit, chesting it. You must have felt a certain way for you not to want to invite somebody to your event. In fact, she did feel a certain way, and that was the reason why she didn't pick Caroline's call and texted her instead. I felt like that was very, very remarkable. I felt like that was very applaudable, because it's one thing for you not to pick someone's call, it's another thing for you to now, text them so that they don't feel disrespected. You felt a certain way for you to do that. I feel like she should have owned up to it more. She sort of allowed the situation to fester, because every time the ladies kept asking her, where's Caroline, want to talk about Caroline, she kept shutting down that conversation in a not so respectful manner. Sophia started it, wanted to know why Caroline wasn't there. You shut it down. Laura came, asked the same question. At that point, you should know that this is something that's going to be recurrent. Maybe Dabota would not ask because she doesn't care and probably grateful that she's not there. But definitely, Mariam is going to ask. We can't rule out the fact that all of those people are friends with Caroline. And even Diadem herself, if it was Dabota that was not invited to somebody's hosting, she would also ask why, because that's what friends do. So for me, I feel like at that point where the ladies are asking, she could have done herself the grace of explaining at least a bit, maybe not in details, why, is a valid reason. You don't want it there. You feel like you guys are not there yet, you're not at that point yet where you should be, chumming together in the same space. Is okay. I feel like if you're taking the time to explain to the ladies instead of shutting down the conversation, maybe things would have pretty much escalated like that when Mariam came in. I'm like all the energy that she was using to engage Mariam, shouts, and have all of that encounter with Mariam, she could have simply used it to explain to Laura. And Laura would have taken her side when Mariam brought stuff. For me, all it would have taken was a simple, we are not there yet. I mean, we're working towards it, but I don't think we're there yet. And everything would have died down. Those ladies are also very respectful ladies. They're very sensible, and I'm sure that they would understand. I mean, even without understanding, Sophia didn't drag it. Without understanding, Laura didn't drag it. Yeah. Maybe Mariam reacted a bit differently from the other ladies, but it's expected. So for me, I think aside creating that bad energy at our own party, Diadem sort of like first at it and allowed it to, linger on for too long. Now, the third thing where I feel like Diadem created that situation at our hosting is that escalation that she had with Mariam. Personally, I feel like that was totally uncalled for and unnecessary. First, because even though I didn't like it, I actually respected her walking out when Mariam and Caroline were having that conversation on the phone. That was disrespectful to her, and I like the fact that she stepped out to de-escalate the situation. But how do you step out to de-escalate the situation, then come back inside to escalate it? This is why I honestly feel like production is sponsoring most of these dramas that we're looking at, because for me, it didn't click. You didn't like what was going on, so you stepped out. I respect it. Why did you come in to now start shouting? And it just didn't click. But anyways, I still like Diadem. I honestly still think that she's one of the people that gives soft vibe on this season so far. I love her feminine energy. I love how much she pours into, trying to get everybody in a good mood, trying to get everybody to smile. But on this particular fight, on this particular saga, I think she overdid it. Like Mariam said, I think she overreacted. I think she could have had things more under control. It's not a big deal for Mariam to want to call Caroline. You would have also wanted to call Dabota if it was the other way around. So for me, I think she should have handled the situation much better. Now, away from the drama, there are actually a couple of things that I absolutely enjoyed about this particular episode. I love how production is showcasing this ladies' hard work now. Like, I love how they kept showcasing their business, from Laura's store to Sophia's outreach, which is very beautiful, by the way, to Caroline's business, to Mariam's new business, Dabota's adventure. I absolutely love that they're telling us more about these ladies than just the old drama. I love that they are now showcasing that these ladies are beyond all this drama, this basketballs, and they actually do have a lot of beautiful things going on for them. For me, that was one of my highlights of this particular episode. I have been looking forward to it, and I absolutely love the showcase. And Diadem store, another thing I love about this episode is that with the drama that is going on and the love, the affection, the alliances, I love the way Sophia and Laura are staying absolutely far away from taking sides. Even though you sort of feel like Laura is tilting more towards Diadem, I love the way they are still standing neutral in all of this. I think if there's any chance to bring these ladies back together, some of the ladies actually have to be the yardstick of reasoning, have to be neutral and not take sides. And I love that Laura and Sophia are doing that for the group. That's actually very beautiful. But you see, what's not beautiful at all for me is how the ladies keep calling each other names at the slightest provocation. Honestly, as women, as ladies, I believe that we can have fights, we can have quarrel, we can have misunderstanding, we can have disagreements, and talk as matured women, be civil, be respectful, without actually calling each other names. From Sophia and Dabuta, you're dumb. You're dumb. Now we're having you're a bully. You're oh god. It's a lot. Honestly, it's a lot. And to think that outside of all of this drama, these ladies are actually very, very beautiful, amazing ladies in the society. I really wish they can tone down on all of this name calling in more episodes, hopefully, because I'm not trusting that there's no drama in upcoming episodes. I really wish they actually tone down those name calling in episodes to come. But then, fingers crossed, because with these ladies, you never ever know what to expect. Anyway, so far so good. That's my review on episode 11. Wow, of season 3 of The Real Housewife of Lagos. Let me just say this aside. When I was watching this episode, I thought to myself, if Diadem is complaining about Mariam and Caroline bullying her in this season, I wonder what would have happened if she was in the same season with the likes of Iyabo, Toyin, Chioma, Faith. That season was the hot season. In fact, I can't wrap my head as to how she's going to survive if she was actually in the group with those ladies. But anyways, we look forward to what this set of ladies will continue to bring to us. And that is a wrap for me on this particular episode. Until the next time I catch you on another explosive review of The Real Housewife of Lagos Season 3. I remain your humble host, Omotolani Said, and this is Tolani Unscripted. I feel like our conversations recently have been on Real Housewife of Lagos. Pardon me, I am really enjoying the show. Hopefully, when they give us a break and we await their reunion, we'll get to talking about other stuff and catching up on other gist. But until then, stay safe and stay pretty. See you next time. Bye.